Umbrella, but I'm thinking I should have brought my coat. Chilly out here. Oh, wait, here's some.
Hoo-ha.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. And pushing the
Folks,
trees.
come on in. Check out the rooms on either side. They are very different. They both got a story to tell you. The room on this side is a waiting room or parlor. Look to your right and you will see Lord Dunmore's original clock in that room. Look at the room with the shelves on this side. This is the domestic part of the household. Look to your left in that room and you will see silver service for $60. Ask them at the silversmith. They will tell you that is a great big pile of cash money in that room. If you happen to have an old coffee pot, a spoon, a tray, a knife, if it is silver, that is cash money to us.
Well, it used to not be, you know. It is now.
Silver service for.
That's good, apparently.
That is lots of money, just chilling in the cabinet.
Oh my gosh.
We're standing next to thousands of dollars right now.
Just chilling, right there in the cabinet.
Alex, it's more than thousands of dollars.
That's not...
I would estimate
how old it is.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
That is money, folks. Cash money. The governor and his company and family are dining on cash. So come on in.
Look at all those swords. So many.
As you look around, just lend me your ears. First of all, look what's under your feet. You're standing on what we know would have been the first marble floor in the history of the colony. We found evidence of it on the dig. We found lots and lots of charred black walnut. That's why we have black walnut walls. And as you go through the building, take a good look at the incredible fireplaces here. No average citizen has fireplaces like this. When we go above stairs, I am going to show you a fireplace that is lined with Delft tile. That's pretty impressive enough, but the fact is the Delft tile, most of it in that fireplace, was found caught in a drain under the cellar stairs. They were able to renew it and put it right back in the fireplace where it was. So once again, very authentic experience. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to use your imaginations again. Now you are middling sort 18th century Williamsburg citizens, and each and every one of you folks has come to the doors just now believing you've got business to see the royal governor. Well, that's nice that you believe that, but the royal governor may not think so. You could knock and knock at that door till you turn blue. He is not going to come to the door. He's going to send a couple of his servants to represent him. Want you to picture Mrs. Scott, very well-paid English housekeeper. That room over there is her domain. I want you to picture somebody who apparently has heard about dressing for success. Think of a liveried footman wearing a great big white powdered wig. He's wearing the governor's colors. He's wearing some expensive buckled shoes. And that liveried footman, ladies and gentlemen, is a slave. These two very different servants are trained to greet you in the same way. They're going to open the door. They're going to look you up and down. And what they're doing is judging and evaluating you based on the shoes on your feet, gentlemen, the wigs on your head or the lack thereof, ladies, the cut of your gown or the fabric it's made of. They know at a glance what level of society to slot you on. Now, it's a lot more than what you're wearing. It's how you stand, how you speak, the content of what you have to say, and of course your manners count for a lot here. Now, the fact is you got in the door, and I got to tell you, based on what you're wearing right now, that's nigh on to a miracle. I don't know how you would have got it. Even on the grounds, because most people, folks, don't make the cut. They don't even get past the gate. They don't get on the grounds. You got in the front door. Congratulate yourselves on that, but you're not going one step past where you are right now. Very few people do. Now you have to face another challenge. Now these servants are going to look at you and say, state your business. And your answer, if it is domestic in nature, will take you in there. Mrs. Scott will wrap up your business, and out the side door you go. If you're a little more important and you hear about something that really pertains to government issues, if you're a ship's captain here to register your ship with the government, maybe you're inquiring about a land grant, or maybe you're a young gentleman who wishes to become an attorney and you'd like to go back to England and attend the Inns of Court. That was one of the ways you could become a lawyer. You want a letter of recommendation, that would be helpful. You'll get a seat in that room, but you're not going to get a meeting with the governor. You're only going to meet with Captain Foy, his secretary, or some clerk serving under him, or some clerk serving under him, or some clerk serving under him. It's government. Nothing changes. You're going to sit there a while. Somebody's going to come in, wrap up your business, and then out the door you go. Now, you must be wondering, with a building this huge, with all there is to see, gee, isn't anybody going to get to come to the door and be instantly recognized for who he is, never mind what he's wearing? He's got a relationship with the governor. Well, guess what? First name that comes to mind, believe it or not, is George Washington. At one time, George Washington was actually a friend of this most hated Lord Dunmore. They had a lot in common: wealthy landowners, veterans of the French and Indian War, and passion for government. But lately, that passion for government is taking them in two very different directions, and of late, George Washington has said of his former friend, Lord Dunmore, among the things we can repeat, of course, was, "Dunmore is the most formidable enemy that America has." Now, stop and think about this. Smart guy like Washington, who's going to lead us to victory, sees a bigger threat in Lord Dunmore, the royal governor of the colony of Virginia, than he does in the King of England who put him here. So what about that threat from the king? Take a look at that symbol. House of Hanover, ladies and gentlemen, George the First, Second, and Third. And what it says in the bottom in Old French, the language of the court, God and my right. Understand this, we've got a king on the throne who thinks he's heard directly from God, and God told him he's got the divine right to tell you what to do. Well, doesn't look too hopeful to open up negotiations with somebody like that. I want you to know we tried. We sent him a document called an olive branch, and what George III said in reply is the colonies must fight or submit, or my personal favorite comment, submit or die. Well, I submit to you, we're going to give him our answer, and when that happens, well, a while later, that's when English government here is going to collapse and flee out the back doors. A while later, that's when the Patriots are going to come in the front doors, and by armed guard, they're going to strip the almost 600 weapons that stood on the walls of this building as evidence that England was the biggest, mightiest fighting nation on earth. They're going to bring them to the powder magazine, and these weapons are ultimately going to be turned against the British in the American Revolution, and I think you might have heard we're going to have a good victory there. So big changes for this last guy with the title and his family living inside this building. Big changes for ordinary folks like us living outside as well. Please come with me above stairs for the next part of the story.